What is up, guys? Anthony here, back with another Destiny Child video here on the channel. And in today's Destiny Child video, everyone, we are going to be checking out the Lisa's upcoming schedule calendar. As you guys can all see on the screen right now, we do have it pulled up on the Destiny Child Moot page. And I did want to preview our upcoming event in today's video, of course, being the World Boss Trial Sunah. So this is the upcoming light type boss event. As you all can see here on the Lisa's upcoming schedule guide for the month of December, we do have here, after the December 9th maintenance, we will have the World Boss Sunah beginning, and of course the Ace deck for World Boss event here on the Destiny Child Moot page as well. So we'll be previewing the expected content to arrive with the Sunah World Boss event. But we do have two back-to-back World Boss trials, the second one here being a new World Boss and narrative dungeon at the same time to celebrate the Christmas holiday. Of course, we do have here the narrative dungeon, A Christmas Blessing, which will introduce a new wood type child being introduced at the same time to the Korean version of the game, as well as a new Nicole being a water type version of her. So very nice. We do have a new surprise event here, sort of, in the Christmas Blessing narrative dungeon featuring a new wood type child and a new world boss featuring Nicole. Two brand new units. We have no idea how they'll look or how strong they will be, so very exciting. We do have two events upcoming for the Christmas holiday, but I cannot preview these two as of course we don't have any expected content to base our upcoming events off of, as the Japan or the Korean versions have not received this Nicole and Christmas Blessing narrative dungeon just yet. But we do have the Sunah event, which the Japan and Korean version did receive already, so we can preview this event in today's video. So we'll be doing so in just a second. Let's switch on over to the Destiny Child Japan blog and preview what we could expect with the upcoming Sunah event. Alright everyone, here we are on the second tab. Of course, we do have the Destiny Child Japan blog, so all of this will be in Japanese, but we will just basically be observing the images here and of course gathering what we can from this blog post. Of course, we do have Sunah here, as you guys have probably seen already on the thumbnail. We do have Sunah, so a very pretty looking unit, very bright in colors. I do love the pink and light tone of her color palette, so a very nice looking world boss unit, and I'm definitely excited for the upcoming events. Of course, two back-to-back world boss trials, cannot complain, as they are very rewarding to free-to-play players, so I do love world boss trials. Now moving on down here, we do have Sunah in her After Awakening art here, of course showcased on the screen. So this is how she will look in her full After Awakening outfit. Of course, there she is, very nice tone of color here. I do love the color palette a ton. They did go with her, all of the light pink tones of course here, and we do have the cherry blossom theme here as well, and a very nice looking unit overall. Kind of looks somewhat similar to Hilder, but yeah, make sure to let me know what you do think of Sunah, and if you are excited for this upcoming unit. She does seem to be a fan favorite amongst the ones in my Discord server. They are pretty excited for this upcoming unit. Next up here, we do have Sunah spa skin. So this is how she will look. Of course, she will have a live 2D animation, but we do have Sunah here in her hot spring costume. Next up here, we do have a little info about Sunah. Of course, what we can gather here is that she will be a light type defender unit. Now, I'm not sure how strong she is, but we'll have to see on the Destiny Child Japan tier list in just a bit. But of course, we can gather here, as obvious, she is a light type unit, but we do have a new defender being introduced with this world boss character. And next up here, everyone, we do have the drive skill for Sunah, so let's check it out here, and I can give you guys my thoughts about this. We do have the drive crush animation, very nice voice lines. I do love the actress they did take for her, of course the voice actress, and yeah, a very nice looking theme there for Sunah. Overall, a very nice animation. I do love the cherry blossom here, and of course it does feature the slash here from her katana, and of course a nice looking animation there at the end. So overall, a very nice looking animation there for the Drive Crush for Sunah. Make sure to let me know as well what you do think of her Drive Crush animation. Overall, a pretty nice one, I would say, to fit the new upcoming character. Next up here, everyone, we do have the potential boost childs. Of course, we don't have a boost child for specifically the 4-star unit on the global version, so Morgan will not be a boost child, but we do have the 2 5-star units that should be boosted for this upcoming event. Of course, one being Lupin, a current supporter unit we do already have, and of course the new unit being Nezha here. As you all can see, she is featured on the screen, and if we do scroll down a little bit, there she is featured in her After Awakening costume. A very beautiful looking unit. I do love this dragon a ton, very detailed in the dragon, and overall a nice looking character. Make sure to let me know what you do think of Nezha here. Overall, she does seem to be a pretty strong character, and I do believe a staple dark type supporter units for World Boss Trials to come. Now here we can see the expected boost rates of the units. Of course, Nezha will be here at a 60% base boost at +0. Of course, scaling to a 120% boost, and we do have Lupin here, a 30% boost and scaling to 48% at +6 status. Next up here, we do have Nezha in her hot spring costume. So there she is, and she'll look like this in the hot spring realm if you do manage to pull her costume. And of course, Nezha will be featured on a guaranteed upon summoning banner. So upon summoning a 5-star unit out of her summon, you will be guaranteed to pull Nezha if you do manage to pull a 5-star character. Of course, she will be guaranteed like any of the other guaranteed upon summoning banners that we have had in the past. So very nice. Of course, guaranteed upon summonings are very amazing banners. Next up here, we do have her skills, and of course what we can gather from here is she will be of course a 5-star dark type supporter unit, like I did mention earlier on. Alright, next up here, everyone, we do have Nezha's drive skill animation, so let's do check it out here. Of course, her drive cush animation on screen. There is the perfect animation, and of course we do have the animation showcasing her dragon. So very nice here. We do have the dragon here being showcased, and honestly a very nice one there. I do love it way more than the Sunah. Honestly, both the drive skill animations are very nice. So there is the dragon once more. Overall, very cool looking with the blue flames and such. So yeah, make sure to let me know what you do think of the 2 drive skill animations. Is the Nezha skill better than the Sunah skill? Overall, I would say they both are pretty and do fit their characters, but this one does have a little more of a oomph to it, as of course we do have here the dragon being showcased. Of course, this blue flame animation is actually very nice. Next up here, everyone, we of course do have the mission passes. We should expect the typical mission passes to be introduced with the World Boss Trial. Of course, upon receiving a new character to the game, of course they do have a dedicated mission pass for them, and of course the miscellaneous World Boss Trial events in the mission pass side of the game as well. Alright, everyone, next up here we do have the skill sets or expected skill sets for the upcoming units of the World Boss Trial Sunah event. Of course, we do have the Rice Mine Japan version here. Of course, on there she is named Senga, but on the global version she will be named Sunah. But we do have her here. Overall, a very beautiful live 2D animation here. On the left hand side, you can see her swinging her katana, and of course we do have the cherry blossom here in the background as well, shedding petals here as well from the tree. So very nice looking live 2D animation for Sunah. We do have the 5-star units here, of course a light type attributes defender, and for the tiers here, unfortunately she isn't too great, but very beautiful looking unit, and I do love the design they did decide to go with her. But we do have PvE here 5, PvP 6, Raid 4, and World Boss 5. So she does seem to excel somewhat in the PvP side of the game as a tier 6, but unfortunately you probably won't be using her too much. But honestly, a very beautiful looking unit, so I will definitely keep her into my collection. But we do have the auto attack here, of course 93 auto attack damage to the target, tap skill here 322 damage to the target, and we do have a plus 1000 HP shield. Creates a shield that takes damage before HP is damaged for 10 seconds to 2 priority lowest peer HP allies, and self. So decent. She does apply this to 2 allies, of course the lowest HP, and of course to herself. So in total 3 will receive a shield out of the 5. And we do have the slide skill here being 606 damage to the target, 90% chance for taunt, become the target of all enemies attacks, does not affect AoE attacks for 12 seconds to self, and the 11% light attribute defense up. Defense increases in proportion to the number of light type attribute allies participating in the battle for 12 seconds to 2 priority lowest pure HP allies and self. So you'll definitely want to run her on sort of a mono light team. So I would see here why she is pretty bad, as of course you will need to run her with multiple light type allies, and unfortunately you probably won't want to run mono type unless you do want to run this unit a ton. Then you'll want to stack her team with as many light type units as possible. Now moving on to the drive skill here, we do have 1534 damage to 2 random enemies, 98% chance for taunt for 16 seconds to self, and a plus 50% defense for 20 seconds to 5 light type allies. So here on the drive skill as well, basically saying that you'll want to run her on a mono type light team, of course with the plus 50% defense for 20 seconds to 5 light type allies, basically telling you to run Sunah with a ton of light type allies and she'll excel better with them. But we do have the leader skill here to end her off with the plus 20% defense to all light type allies yet again. So basically to get the most of Sunah here, you will want to run her with the light type allies. She does seem to be an okay defender, but you'll definitely have to abide by all of the light type allies. Of course on her roster you will want to run her with, of course at the maximum, 4 other light type allies. And of course, depending on your units, you may want to run her with a unit such as Nautilus, maybe an attacker such as Gunslinger Hilder, etc. if you do want to use her in PvP. But honestly, just a beautiful collection unit overall. Even if you don't use her, honestly, just an amazing looking unit. And of course, she'll be looking pretty nice on that home screen if you do manage to keep her. Next up here, everyone, we do have the better units of the two, being Nezha here. Of course, on global, she will be Nezha, but we do have her here on the Rice Mine Japan. Now we do actually have her After Awakening costume here. I did make a mistake earlier on here in the video on the Japan blog saying that was her After Awakening costume, but this is actually her After Awakening costume, and there's the live 2D animation looking very dark when you do click on her, but overall a very beautiful looking unit here. Now we do have the units, of course, being a 5-star dark type supporter in Nezha. Now based on her tiers, of course, she is very strong for the world boss and raid side of the game, as well as PvE. Now we do have PvE here tier 8, PvP tier 6, raid tier 9, and world boss tier 10. Now for the auto attack, she does deal 101 auto attack damage to the target. Tap skill here, 395 damage to the target, and a 70% chance to remove shock debuff. Remove and cannot receive any shock debuffs for the duration for 5 seconds to 2 priority electric shock debuffed allies. So I'm assuming this is for the Sunah event, and she'll possibly have some sort of shock debuff on her boss skills. Now moving on to the slide skill here, she does apply 719 damage to the target and a 65% double-edged sword, increase attack while decreasing defense for 16 seconds to 5 dark type allies. So amazing here, she is a double-edged sword unit. And we do have plus 40% skill charge speed, increased skill charge speed stacks with skill charge rate up for 16 seconds to 5 dark type allies, world boss only. So a very amazing slide skill here. She does have double-edged sword, and for the world boss side of the game exclusively, she does have a plus 40% skill charge speed for 5 dark type allies for 16 seconds long, world boss exclusive. Now for the drive skill here, we do have 1860 damage to 3 random enemies, a plus 70% skill charge speed for 20 seconds to all dark type allies. So a very amazing drive skill here. I can see why she is a staple unit. This drive skill is very strong, and it doesn't end there. She does have a -1 cooldown reduction for 20 seconds to all dark type allies, world boss only. So overall, a very strong slide and drive skill, and of course the situational event skill here and the tap skill, but overall a very strong unit. And for the leader buff here, we do have plus 18% attack to all dark type allies, and in world boss trial we do have plus 20% attack to all dark type allies. So overall, a very strong dark type supporter units here. You will definitely want to summon for this character, as she will be a staple unit for the world boss side of the game, and a very strong unit for the raid side, as of course she does have double-edged sword on the slide skill for the raid side of the game, as well as the drive skill here. And we do have the leader buff here being strong as well for the raid side of the game. So a very strong unit here in Nezha. As for the other units in Sunah, a very beautiful looking unit, but honestly more of a collection piece compared to Nezha. She is very strong for the events side of the game. But honestly, two very amazing looking units overall, and I'm very much excited for the upcoming World Boss Trial event. Of course, make sure to let me know in the comment section as well what you do think of these two characters. Very much looking very nice, and of course we do have a strong skill set unit, of course, in the banner character for Nezha here, and overall a very pretty looking unit in Sunah. So both of the best worlds here, of course, a very nice looking set of units, and of course we do have a strong one arriving to the game as well in the supporter units in Nezha. Alright everyone, but that'll be it basically for our World Boss Sunah preview. Make sure to let me know what you do think of the upcoming event, and of course all of the expected content. I will have the guide rundown here on the channel for the units you will want to run for the upcoming event in tomorrow's video, so do stay tuned for the upcoming World Boss guide here on the channel. We will be showcasing Oxytocin's beautiful guide here on the channel yet again. Of course, as for the upcoming events after the Sunah event, we cannot preview these two, as of course the Nicole and the Christmas Blessing narrative dungeon will be new to all of these servers, so we don't have any previews for the upcoming events. Basically just something to look forward to, and hopefully be excited for a new Nicole. Hopefully she is strong and a very nice looking unit alongside the new wood type child. We have no idea how these units will look or act in game, but overall for the Sunah event does seem to be very exciting. We do have two back-to-back World Boss trials, so do make sure to let me know in the comment section if you are excited for these upcoming events. And yeah, that'll basically do it for today's Destiny Child video. If you did enjoy today's Destiny Child video, before you go, make sure to leave a like on this one, and of course if you haven't yet done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and make sure to turn on the post notifications bell so you guys can stay notified for videos such as this one, and of course the upcoming World Boss guide, as well as live streams here on the channel as well. We did live stream yesterday night, so make sure to let me know if you guys did check that one out in the comment section below. If not, we do have it here on the channel as well. I'll be sure to have it linked in the description box below as well. But with all of that being said, I'll see you all in tomorrow's Destiny Child video. As always, thank you all so much for watching.